What up, you guys? Lena Elkins here. I'm your host of the Facebook group Millennial Go-Getters. I hope that you guys are having a super awesome Monday. Fun fact, in Israel, for those of you guys who didn't know this, actually in Israel, Sunday is like Monday. So like you start the week on Sunday and then you end it on Thursday. So technically I already feel like I'm in the middle of the week. It's kind of like a Tuesday for me, but regardless, for the rest of you normal people in the world, happy Monday. I kind of just wanted to make this video and check in with you guys and let you know a little bit about what's been going on with me. I haven't kind of given you guys like an inside scoop on what has been going on recently, so I just kind of wanted to fill you in, let you know about some exciting things that are coming up so that you can get pumped up. A lot of them are going to be involving you guys and opportunities for you guys, so I just wanted to kind of fill you in. And then what I'm going to transition to is telling you guys about a few major things that you might not be doing in your business that are keeping you from making more sales. So a lot of you guys come to me all the time and you're like, I'm super stressed, I'm not making the sales, or I'm not seeing the conversions that I want to, and I am worried that it's maybe the title of the product or service that I'm offering, or it's the price point, or it's all of these different things, when in reality, it's almost typically none of those things. So I'm actually going to be walking you guys through the main 3 things that I think that it could be that are keeping you from making more sales, that are actually very easy things to change and things that you can start implementing today to start seeing more sales. I'm going to be walking you guys through that in just a few minutes. But first, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update about what's going on this side of the world. First of all, I can't believe it's almost June. It's already June. It's June 5th right now, which is insane to me. So a bunch of exciting things are happening. As I mentioned you guys in Millennial Go-Getters the other day, I am so blown away and excited that I had the opportunity to be featured in Forbes. I'm going to be on the Forbes podcast, their millennial podcast, and then it's going to be featured on Forbes.com, and then I'm actually going to be collaborating on an event with them. So this is like literally my dream come true. For any of you guys who I'm like friends with personally, you know that Forbes has always been like the #1 publication that I've always strived to be able to partner with in some way, but I've just never had the opportunity to up until this point. And in this situation, if you're wondering how, kind of right time, right place, right person, but it was strategic. So I'm going to be telling you guys maybe more about that in a little bit as well, but I'm super excited to be getting featured in Forbes. I'm actually doing the recording for it a week from tomorrow, so next Tuesday, so I'm really excited for that. What else? Nomad Accelerator is coming up. In case you guys wanted to go and you're feeling like FOMO because you've been hearing a lot about it, kind of from different influencers, seats are still available, okay? There are still spots open, you can still come, but Nomad Accelerator is happening in Barcelona starting at the end of July, going through like the first part of August. It's basically going to be a really awesome convention for digital nomads or emerging digital nomads to come together from around the world and collaborate and learn from each other and just learn from really high level, awesome experts from all corners of the online marketing space. So it's going to be really cool. And I'm going to be speaking there. You can still go. I'll be sure to link that below if you're interested in going. So I'm going to be there, and I'm really excited because Amanda Rivera, I don't know if you guys know her, but she is also, she's a PR influencer. She also has her own Facebook group. Maybe I can link that below as well. And she's a friend of mine. She's such a cool, down-to-earth girl. I've always felt like I vibed with her, but I'm really excited because I get to meet her in person for the first time. And not only do I get to meet with her in person, but we're going to be traveling together through Spain for a few days after Nomad Accelerator and actually doing a collab together. So more details on that will be rolling out soon. So I'm super excited to be working with Amanda. That's going to be like a dream come true of mine again. I'm really excited about that. And actually, before I go to Nomad Accelerator, I'm going to be in Berlin, Prague, and Budapest with, for the first part of it, my parents and my Aunt Judy and my little brother, plus my boyfriend's parents. And they're going to be meeting for the first time. So wish us luck on that, guys. So that'll be really fun. I'll be traveling through Europe a bit before that. And then right after Nomad Accelerator, like in mid-August, Eliav and I will both be going to America until November just to chill. We're going to be traveling to a bunch of different cities, hosting meetups for you guys, for different members of the at Millennial Go-Getters community. So if you're like in a cool place and you would like us to come visit you, we can host, we can put together some kind of a dinner or a talk or some sort of a meetup together. Let me know. That would be dope. And we're totally open to it. We're still in the process kind of working out our itinerary. So just let me know if that kind of thing would interest you. So that's what's going on right now. Also planning some really cool rollouts, new programs, new products, some relaunches of old products. So that is really, really exciting as well. So lots of really exciting, awesome, high-level stuff coming up. Things that I literally, in my brain, like it blows my mind. Things that I never, ever, ever in a million years thought I would have the opportunity to do. So thank you, universe. Really pumped up about that. So now what I want to transition to is actually talking to you guys about money and sales, because recently quite a few of you guys have been coming to me really, really, really frustrated. And it's interesting. I kind of see this happening like at the beginning of every new season, especially like, summer, it's like, it feels like a fresh start. It's a new season, weather's changing. You feel like, okay, all these great things can potentially happen. But it also causes a bit of anxiety, right? Like, what was I not seeing in the previous season? How come I wasn't seeing those sales? How come I feel stuck? How come my conversions aren't high? How come my Facebook ads aren't converting well? Whatever it is. So you feel like things have been a little bit slow. And the number one thing that people come to me saying is, I feel like my pricing is off. Maybe I should lower my rates. So that's just one example. But people come to me saying all kinds of different things, yet the reasons that you think it's happening is rarely actually the reason that you're not seeing sales. So I just kind of want to bring light to that and share with you guys some of the biggest things that I think that you're probably not putting a big enough emphasis on. You're not giving it enough attention that you should be in order to see more sales. And if you just make these small tweaks, all things that you can start implementing today, you can start seeing more sales almost immediately. So they're easy things, but they're things that for whatever reason often get overlooked. So I really just want to get into them and show you guys also how they've made a big difference in my business. And I'll be showing you some personal examples as well. So the first thing that I want to say is when you guys come to me saying, maybe it's the name of my product that isn't working, or it's what's included in the package that isn't working, or it's the price that I'm offering. Sure, there could be aspects of those things, okay? If you're selling like a one-page document with different ideas for tripwire sales and you're selling it for $500, sure, you could be a little off point there, okay? But most of the time, it's none of those things. The number one thing that I see over and over and over again, the reason that it's not working for you is your copy, okay? It's the way that you are speaking to your audience in your words. So when I say copy, to those of you guys who aren't clear, I'm talking about every single word that is on your Facebook ad, that's on your landing pages, that's in your email sequences, that's in your tripwires, that's in your sales page, okay? All of those things, every single word that's on that page is your copy. And if you are not articulating yourself in a way that's going to resonate with your audience, it's going to make them say, oh, this is a cool dude, this is a cool girl, I resonate with them, I see the value in what they're offering, and I am so stoked to invest in them, then it's not going to sell, right? That's just like how it naturally works. And a big thing that I see the people doing is they're telling their audience, this is what you're going to get from buying my thing, instead of showing them. And the way that you show them is through storytelling. So it's so funny. Like, a lot of you guys come to me all the time and you're like, oh, Lena, how's your little brother doing? And I'm like, I didn't even know that you knew that I had a little brother. Have I ever spoken about that? Clearly I have. Miles Elkins exists. He's 15 years old. He's a freshman in high school. He's awesome. And I have no problem saying that to you guys. And I'm sure I've told you about him before, and maybe different experiences I've had, different things about my family, whatever. And while on the one hand, yes, I'm a naturally very open and transparent person, at the same time, I understand that it makes you guys see me as a real human being, right? You hear these stories about my family, about my friends, about what I've gone through and my business. And beyond the story itself, it gives you ideas, right? It gives you ideas about, well, if Lena did that and that worked for her in that story, well, then maybe I could do that and it would make a difference for me, right? See the difference? It's not me telling you guys, hey, you should go create this kind of a sales funnel, or you should reach out to this kind of a person. It's me telling you, hey guys, I had this really cool experience. I got to meet with this person and here's what she told me. She told me this hilarious joke, and I'm telling you a story that by the end of it makes you think, that gives you these ideas that really you generated yourself, right? You recognized the sale for yourself. You connected the dots. I didn't have to connect the dots for you. Do you see the difference? So instead of showing up to your audience and saying, hey, you should buy whatever I'm selling for this and this and this reason, show them through your own experiences. Share your stories. Be transparent. At the end of the day, it's going to be their idea to realize, wow, if I also did that, maybe it'll work. And that's when you come in and you say, hey, I actually have this product or service that will help you do exactly that, okay? You show it through story. So that is a big, big, big thing that I see people not applying enough and not investing in enough is storytelling, okay? People relate to people. They don't relate to products or services. Show who you are. Show how people can relate to you. Show how you succeeded through so-and-so experience, okay? That's what people are going to get down with. That's what people are going to say, hey, I also want to do that. And they're going to connect the dots themselves instead of you forcing it upon them. When you're constantly in selling mode, sell, people don't, it comes off as desperate, okay? Honestly, first of all. And it comes off as inauthentic. And it makes it seem like you don't really care about the relationship at hand that you have with your audience. All you care is about taking their money, okay? So be transparent. Share your stories. Focus on your copy, okay? Focus on showing the value of what they're going to get out of it through stories versus just telling them, here's what you're going to get straight up. Does that make sense? Share stories. And everybody has stories, by the way. If you're saying, I'm a boring person, I don't have stories, you're a digital nomad, you've been to different places, obviously you're going to have stories. That's not true. Every single person has stories. Everybody has embarrassing moments. Everybody has funny moments. Everyone has aha moments, okay? Like, find the stories and you are going to be golden, and implement them more, you're going to be just fine. So that's the first thing that I wanted to tell you guys. The second thing that I just have my little notes here. The next thing that I wanted to tell you guys about is social proof. Not enough of you guys emphasize social proof. And what I say by social proof, what I mean by social proof, is that other people are basically advocating on your behalf for you, okay? And that can come in tons of forms. That could be people giving you feedback on your products or services, and you use those quotes, those testimonials on your website. It could also be partially word of mouth. It could be a variety of things, right? But I don't think that people are invested enough in getting that. So, and by the way, it's not just from other people. It's like from any publication, from any company who can advocate on your behalf. That makes a really, really, really big difference. I could probably get on here today and be like, hey guys, I'm selling ice cubes. And Britney Spears also bought ice cubes from me, and she fucking loved that shit, okay? If I said that, you guys would be like, hell yeah, I want the Britney ice cubes, okay? Because for whatever reason, even though that sounds ridiculous, people get down with social proof, okay? If you guys go on my website, one of the first things that you see is a list of publications that I've been featured in. That's not just me trying to like show off and be like, hey, I got to write for all these cool places. It's me saying, hey, look, these really high-level publications put their trust in me. Forbes put their trust in me. That probably means that you can put your trust in me, right? That's what it means. So focus more on social proof. And the way that you can do that is by, for example, like reaching out to these publications, right? Seeing if you can write for them, seeing where you can get your name in places that have bigger brand recognition than you. If you feel like you haven't had any clients yet and you want to get testimonials, and that's going to be a big social proof push for you, start giving away like 30-minute free sessions to people, okay? Like, find people, if you've never had any clients but you want to get good testimonials, give away, depending on what you do, 30 minutes of free whatever to them, okay? Or give away this many of whatever to them so that you can get an honest review from them, okay? If people see that you're making the effort, you're giving away your own time, which is valuable, you're giving away your own products or services, they're going to feel indebted. They're going to feel more than happy to basically return the favor and give you some honest, great feedback, okay? There are plenty of ways to do this, okay? But having that social proof in place is crucial. And for me, the biggest ways that I've been doing it is one, getting featured in major publications, and two, getting kick-ass, super detailed testimonials from my clients for one-on-one, and also for all of my products in between, okay? If, for example, if I launch a new product, for example, a new online course, and I don't have any testimonials, I'm not going to launch it until I get those testimonials. So what am I going to do beforehand? I'm going to actually give the course away for free to maybe 5 people, collect those testimonials, and look, you suddenly have social proof, okay? The whole thing could take 2 days, and then you would have some awesome social proof that you didn't have before. So that's really, really, really important, and most of you guys are not putting a big enough emphasis on that social proof, so get on that. And the third thing that I want to say is constantly seeking out new relationships with people who are a few steps ahead of you, who you can basically help and add value to their lives in some way, and then down the road, you just never know where that relationship will take you. So many of you guys, this is like hilarious to me, that I wrote about this the other day, that so many of you guys will come to me and be like, yeah, the thing is, I just really want to figure this all out on my own. I'm like super determined to just like build my business on my own. I don't need a coach. I don't need a sales funnel person. I don't need any higher up people. I want to prove to myself and to my audience that I can do this on my own, which to me is just like the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard. Like I gave this example the other day, but it's kind of like if you have a cousin at Nike, right? And your cousin is Phil Knight. He's like the CEO of Nike. And you say to your cousin, you're like, hey, weren't you looking for that marketing position? My cousin, who's Phil fucking Knight, said that he can get you that position. And you're like, I feel like that is cheating. I'm just going to do it by myself. Like, what the fuck? That just doesn't make any sense. You should constantly, every single day, be trying to build these relationships and these connections with people who in the long run, can really assist you, and that you can assist them, and that relationship can really bloom into something potentially really magical down the road, okay? So with this whole Forbes example, as I told you guys the other day, it was just it was just a decision that I made that I think 99% of people wouldn't have made, to reach out to somebody who was really high level, who most people probably think, this woman will never get back to me, right? She gets a million emails a day. She's not going to get back, but I reached out to her, okay? I sent her an email and I said, hey, heard your podcast episode on this podcast that I listen to every day. I really loved it. I feel like I had a ton in common with you. And by the way, I didn't try to sell anything, and I didn't try to get her to feature me in Forbes, and I didn't try to get anything out of it, okay? I think in the subject line, she lives in Colorado, and Eliav and I will be in Colorado during our little America tour in a few months. And in the subject line, I said, Tel Aviv to Colorado. Coffee? I just wanted to get to know this woman because I was so inspired by her podcast episode. I said, I loved your episode. It was super inspiring. I felt like we had a lot in common, and we did have a lot in common. She's also a millennial woman who is also a digital nomad and whatever. We had a lot in common. And I just want to say that I really appreciated it. And Eliav, my boyfriend, and I are going to be in Colorado. And I would love to take you out to lunch or to coffee and just to get to know you better, okay? That would be amazing. The thing is, 99% of people would not send that email to her. And the reason why they wouldn't send that email to her is because everybody thinks there's too much competition at that level. Everybody's emailing her. She's never going to get back to me. But the reality is that because everybody is thinking that, everybody is thinking, I'm just not going to do it because everyone else is already doing it, the competition at the top is much, much, much slimmer than where you are right now. Okay, keep that in mind. That because everybody thinks that nobody's emailing this girl, okay? You will be one of like 10 people most likely who's emailing this girl. I could be wrong, but in my experience, when you have the courage to step up, to reach out to somebody who you think is out of your league, the competition is actually much slimmer at the top, okay? Much more people are competing at your level than if you just rose above and competed at that level. She responded within a few days. She said, hey, Lena, checked out your website. You seem super cool. Sounds like we have a lot in common. Let's get on a Skype call and see how we can help support each other. Okay, this girl is the head of the #1 entrepreneur podcast on the planet right now. Okay, Hired and EO Fired, the Forbes Entrepreneurs podcast. Okay, so I got in a call with her, and we were able to make all these connections and kind of brainstorm all these opportunities that we can collaborate on. And here we are. Okay, so it's constantly reaching out for these opportunities and building these relationships with people who are just a few steps ahead of you, okay? And not asking anything, not seeing what they can do for you, not making any kind of request, purely seeing if you can start building a relationship with something as simple as, hey, I would love to help support you. Can I take you out to coffee, okay? How can I build a relationship with her? How can I help her? Okay, that's how I entered this. And now I have this relationship with this super kick-ass awesome woman who is, I'm having the honor and privilege of being featured on Forbes with a week from tomorrow. So that's what I want to say to you guys. Constantly, every single day. And by the way, that's also how I got the opportunity to speak at Nomad Accelerator, which is my first ever paid international speaking opportunity, okay? Constantly putting myself out there, constantly, dipping my toe in different networks, connecting with people, whatever. And because of it, the person who, Mitchell, who actually is the sponsor and the founder and whatever of Nomad Accelerator, ended up connecting with me because we were in the same circles and I was reaching out constantly to this community. He reached out and said, hey, I've been following you for a while. I would love to invite you to this thing. So constantly put yourself out there, constantly build these relationships, even when you think that people won't get back to you, or even if you think that you're not qualified or ready yet. Constantly take yourself to the next level, reach out to people, build those relationships. The competition is much slower at the top. That's what I had to say with you guys today, okay? Those are the 3 things that I want to share. So storytelling in your copy, getting that social proof, and constantly trying to build and nurture and foster these relationships with people who you think might be out of your league, but they ain't, okay? Just constantly put yourself out there and make it happen. That's what I want to share with you guys today. That's all I have. Let me know if you have any questions on this, if you have any thoughts on this. I hope that I dropped some serious value bombs for you, that you learned some cool shit. With that said, I super love y'all. I'll keep you updated with things coming up. I know there's a lot coming up, so I'll try to keep you updated. With that said, super love you. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have an awesome Monday. Bye.